All right, let's have the conversation. We're going to have a real discussion about this because with the news that Simone Garcia Johnson, aka Ava Rain, aka Ava, will now be getting an even bigger role on NXT, and she will be leaning into the final boss, her father's persona more. I think this discussion needs to pop off right now. It's crazy that is what they're doing because I was over there trying to see what other people think about Ava. I already know what I feel, but I just was curious what they be thinking about Ava on the boards. And someone in these comments came up with, it would be good if they played into the fact that she's The Rock's daughter and that's why she's GM. Just making her GM for no kayfabe reason is one of the few things that irk me. They said her abusing power in NXT would be some good character work opportunity for her. Wonder if The Rock wants to keep her face though. Now we move into this article. So word on the street is Ava has a big future in WWE. She is only 23, so I could get that. Even if it's an authority figure, a new report has revealed a bit more about the company's big plans for the NXT manager. It's safe to say that Ava has done well in her role as general manager of NXT. First of all, it's not safe to say. I don't know who said that. Has anybody watched this girl? She has quickly shifted away from her in-ring role and has thrived as an authority figure. Has she? Has she thrived? Did we change the definition of thriving? On screen, she crossed paths with her father at NXT New Year's Evil, where he was drunk, and he also had the interaction with Ethan Page where he slapped him on the ass. They're reporting that WWE has big plans and the creative process for that is already underway. While not too many details were given, one major note was that she is expected to play into her father's final boss persona. So, according to the people on the street, in the internet streets, they said they would be cool if Ava, played up into her daddy's girl, that's why I'm here persona, and you're going to do what I say or I'm going to call him up. And you know what? I want to see how this works. I do. I'm interested to see how this works because I'm gonna tell you right now, Ava, if she was thriving, they would not have gotten those two British people. What's his name? Robert Stone and Stevie Turner to help her. They wouldn't have gotten that. And those two were actually fun. They were like goofy and doing little silly stuff, and she was playing off of them like they were making her annoyed. And even then, she did not give anything. She seems very unsure of herself when she's giving out directives. Everyone's just like literally looking at her as if I'm gonna just do what the fuck I want. You ever got that boss where they're telling you all this type of stuff and you already know your job or whatever, and you just like, yeah. And then you go do what you want, and like nothing, you never hear anything because they're just there to throw their weight around, but no one takes them seriously. That's Ava. Now, let me see if my history on her is correct. She been signed to the company since about 2019, 2020. She didn't show up till about 2022. She only had 6 matches and 3 of them were televised and all 3 of them were terrible. The last match I watched with her with the pit bull. When I tell you, if you can't wrestle a 5-foot woman, you know you got an issue. She looked like she didn't know what the fuck she was doing, where she needed to go, how she needed to be. I don't even know how she got injured to begin with. She was injured for a long time. I remember when everybody found out she was going to be in the PC and everybody's like, she's going to be the Pebble and they're going to call her the Rock and she got a lot to prove and all that. None of that was placed on her because the girl just don't got it. The girl just don't got it. She's like a Ted DiBiase Jr., right? She's like a Bo Dallas. Just because your daddy did it doesn't mean you could do it. But here she is. She's here, and this is what's going on. Um, her character will be, I'm the Rock's daughter. I'm the final boss. He kind of alluded to it when he came down there drunk after the Netflix party. Came to the NXT drunk, and he was like, "Well, I'm the final boss, so you better make sure you do what my daughter tell you to do." So he kind of already set it up. So I'm gonna say this is her last hurrah. If Ava can't get this over, then there's really nothing else for Ava to do in wrestling. We just had a big round of cuts, and that's the thing. When you're walking out the door and you look back and you see what's left behind you, you realize all of the family connections and the nepotism. Now, let me say something about nepotism, because whenever I get where I got to go and I happen to flourish in whatever I'm doing, business wise, career wise, even with these hobbies that I like to do, you damn fucking right. My son gonna be right there next to me. Right there next to me. And who wouldn't do it? Who wouldn't? But when it comes at the expense of other people who are 10, 15, 20 times better, that is when nepotism becomes a problem. I said that Sonya Deville would have been a fantastic GM for NXT. Sonya Deville was a GM on the main roster. That bitch worked my nerves so bad, especially when she was going back and forth with Naomi. She was down there slapping holes in the face and stuff. You could have put Sonya Deville, who was seasoned, looked good in a suit, because she a stud. She wanted to put the strap on people. That would have been perfect to get down there and whoop them young whippersnappers upstarts into shape. But they went with Ava. You want somebody that's 23 to tell 30, even someone pushing 40, what to do, and I'm supposed to be like, yeah, come on, let's be for real. Not to mention she has a unique mouth. I'm gonna say that because her mouth is off-putting. Now, there's nothing she could do about that, and I know somebody's gonna be like, bitch, well, don't talk about your mouth. I know. Some days I do sound like I have marbles. Some days I may be stuffed up. But that doesn't matter because I can open my entire mouth and talk, and you understand what I'm saying most days. Ava, on the other hand, it's just she had to get. I know she had to get her jaw broke to get them braces on real good and stuff. And the genetic lottery just it doesn't hit well for everybody. Her mom has a unique look to her. Very muscle mommy, very thick necked. And you mix that up and this is what you get. Now I see his other daughters, they will too end up with some braces. Now, nothing wrong with braces. It's just in his family, he got that tooth thing. That's all. Ain't no big deal. I got Invisalign. I ain't have the tooth thing. I was just lining my teeth up. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to get off on a tangent. But I think if Ava can't get this over, then it's pretty much done. You're just there to get a nice fat fluffy check, build up your wealth like your daddy said, and continue to flounder in NXT. Even when she came up to the main roster during the Survivor Series, she was standing next to Nick Aldis, who has the persona of I run the show, everything's going through me, no one's crossing me up because I could whoop your ass. Nick Aldis looks like he could beat you up. Then you got Adam Pearce, completely unorganized, always under pressure, toxic work environment. You could run him over. That's his persona. And then there's you. Standing there, even in the front, you still play the background. Even when she's in the room with the other supposed employees and people she's running, she falls into the background. We'll see what happens. She got a lot of support apparently. So, her grandma, which is The Rock's dad mom, of course, right, told her that, baby, you could do anything you want to do. You could be anything you want to be. Don't listen to nobody. So we'll see how that goes for her with this new character situation. She's supposed to get merch. She's supposed to be pushed to the front. She's supposed to be throwing her weight around and probably going to get a theme song and all that. I want to see this. Because I don't think that's who she is. And this is the reason why it's very difficult for a lot of these wrestlers to get over. Inauthentic. The authenticity is not there. If that is not who you are, and you are trying to be something you are not, it will shine through. Ava is a wallflower. Simone seems like the girl that goes to the party and stands up on the wall and just, doctors a small drink. She's not the girl in the middle of the dance floor getting it in, sweating her shit out, and is completely tired when she get home. That's all I'm saying. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this, and I'll get with you on the next one. Deuces.